Okay, Master, we're ready.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Let's continue with Master YongHua's chanting instructions. Do we have the prior section at all? I think we didn't discuss it, did we?
We didn't. I insist to just start the lecture on slide 2. And
Okay.
I begin reading on slide 35.
Maybe you should go through that first before we continue.
Oh, I read through 34.
Master, we can also start from the slide 32 from this page 302, because this is the start of the new topic. 302.
What?
This page, from this page is
Okay, and let me see. How many slides is that? 300 to 318. Okay, let's do these slides and be done with this file. Okay?
yeah, and we've already finished all the playing of the recording and
But I haven't spoken yet, right?
yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's continue then. Let me go through these slides. I don't remember anymore. Anyone has any questions? Only a few days left. And you look as fresh as a flower. Look too happy. It's nearing the end, huh? So Master YongHua has been explaining about the Huatou. He taught his disciples how to do the Huatou. And that's to investigate who's reciting the Buddha's name as one of the Huatou topics. I think last night he talked about it's investigating who reciting the Buddha's name, not where this person came from. It's amazing. People they think too much, and the instruction for Huatou is to who's reciting Buddha's name. Okay, but the people tend to deliberate, tend to let their thinking go wild, whereas the practice of Huatou is very essentially, is basically look at that one statement only, that who's reciting the Buddha's name, what is my original face before I was born, and so forth. And anything else that comes up, you drop it. It's that simple. You don't need to know anything more than that. And you can go all the way. Am I making myself clear? The more you explain, the more you deliberate, the more you keep going. It's not about knowing, it's about dropping. And that's the quintessential Huatou practice. I never saw anyone explain like that before. For example, in the Chinese Chan literature, there is a famous work called the Blue Cliffs Record, Bi Yin Lu, something like that, right? And it is a collection of the famous Huatou topics in China that their masters transmitted to their disciples. And so this monk here collected those topics, and he tried to make some commentaries about it. And the commentaries are even more confusing than Huatou themselves. And it's total nonsense. That somehow that was revered by the Chinese Chan practitioners as like the Bible of the Huatou practice. And there's some monks here I knew when I first started. There's some American monks who learn, he liked Chan. He would discuss these Huatou topics from the Blue Cliff Records with his disciples. You see, so there's a lot of, it's too much deliberation, it's too much discussion. Okay, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to train you about the Huatou practice, because I want you to understand the Huatou practice is about dropping. It's not about understanding. You focus on who to recite in Buddha's name. Any other thought that comes up, I'm hungry, drop it. Huh? What happened to my mother, drop it. Okay? And this is why the Huatou is very intensive. You cannot afford to get distracted. You cannot do Huatou and then drop it, and you cannot do Huatou, and then when the time comes, you go to work, and you work. Because working makes you think. The more you work, the more hours you put in, the more your mind deliberates, okay, and calculates. And Huatou is about not deliberating. It's not about calculating, okay? It's about not thinking at all. It's that simple. All right? So thank you for putting in the work, and I'm grateful for you coming to the temple and for me to give you a chance to teach you Huatou, but primarily for you to understand one more aspect of Chan meditation, whether you do Huatou, whether you do the return to hearing, to listen to your self-nature, all those practices share the same common denominator. Okay? All right. Don't worry about wisdom here. I can speak. Wisdom doesn't matter. You just don't talk, don't deliberate, nothing to know. Okay? It's about investigating who's reciting Buddha's name. What is sound of one hand clapping? Okay? You ask yourself, what is that? Because design is such that, well, I'm not going to explain more to you than that. Okay? Because as soon as I start explaining, like Master YongHua, he has to keep on going and going, and you start asking questions, okay? And that will bring you further and further away from the Huatou practice. Yeah. Okay? How do you feel about that? So if you want to say it is written in books, you think about that is reasonable or not? Okay. So this section here, he says about a lot of this is the common mistake that a lot of monks and nuns do, or teachers, meditation teachers do, is they read books, they read Chan annals, they hear Master YongHua's instructions and other books that he wrote, or the other Chan masters who prepared a lot of books or translated a lot of books, okay? And so by reading it, they think they understand Chan, okay? And that's what he's saying. You don't simply read and repeat what you read. Okay? You have to understand. It's not about reasonable, okay? And this tells me that his students who were there at the time that he taught Chan to are very low level. So he has to talk to them in a sense, in the terms of when you listen to instructions, does it make sense to you or not? If it doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. Don't go there. Okay? And that's for very low level people who practice. Okay? And these beginners, the low level practitioners of meditation, they are very rigid, very narrow, so that they have so much baggage that those are the people who know too much, who are too smart, who are too experienced, who are too successful, too cultured, that they are stuck with all that knowledge, and you cannot undo that. And the worst thing is this: it's not about knowledge. It's not about too much thinking. There's the biggest problem that these people have is, anyone knows? Common problem you have, all these people who are smart, who are educated, who are successful, they have this one big common problem. They're all guilty of. Now, Sabochinim, what is it? It doesn't matter how smart you are, how educated you are, okay, how successful you are, whether you're Nobel laureate, it doesn't matter. All these people, when they practice chant, they have this huge problem. That's why the Buddha said, the Buddha taught those people this style. Okay? Yes, Wei Maung.
Is it look down on others?
Look down on others, yes. That's the premise of that. What else? A little bit deeper. It's a huge problem. That no one knows. No one realizes how big it is. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. Is it too much arrogance?
Too much arrogance? Yes. Yes, 5. It's
예, 자만심이다.
That's it? He usually takes 5 minutes to say something. What happened today?
자만심입니다.
Still 30 seconds.
30분 걸려. It's arrogance, Master. Pride.
Arrogance. Yes. Anyone else? You see, this is a problem with people who learn meditation. People who come in, okay, learn meditation, they don't realize that they have this big problem that no teacher would want to touch it or recognize it. Now the people who recognize it, like the Buddha, they cannot teach you. You have to teach this way. He say, I teach you meditation here, and I know you require it for it to be sensible, has to be logical to you, has to be reasonable to you. If not, okay, you'll be out of here. Yes, JF.
Hello, Master, is it self-confidence?
Lack of confidence? No. Self-confidence.
No, not self-confidence.
Self-confidence, okay?
Or
That's
something
not,
they know.
it's not wrong. It's self-confidence. Okay, you too. What is the problem?
It's from Ray Zhuang. It's closing off mind because they think they understand it.
Understand it. Closed mind, okay? What else? You're getting close. Wei Mountain. It's a huge problem. This is, if you have this problem, you can't get very far. That's why the Master YongHua look at these people back then. He says, this is how he explains chant to them.
Master, is it that they like to think?
They're like what?
They like to think.
I like to think, okay. Next. JMT.
Hello, Master. Is doubts lack of faith?
Lack of faith. You getting closer. See, you know everything. Here's the problem. You know so much already. But knowing so much doesn't necessarily help you zoom into the problem. The problem with these people, and that's why I want you to pay attention when you come to the temple or you go see other teachers, learn from other teachers, and so forth, or you have to teach people, okay? And when you see these people, when you talk to them and say, oh, what are you? Oh, I'm a Yale graduate. I'm professor at Princeton University. Oh, I'm a Supreme Court justice. I am the president. Okay? Such people, they come to you. They learn meditation from you. Okay? They all have this problem. They only believe in themselves. If you see these people, you boys and girls, when you have to teach people, I know you're beginning new programs to teach various things for your Chan classes, Pureland classes. You recognize these people. When you have people who are educated, who are successful, they're there because they have a track record. And therefore they said, I've got this far, I've done so much, I have this kind of recognition because I know how to do it. Okay? They only believe in themselves because that's how they got there. A tycoon got there because he believed in himself and inspired and go against the current and did things that other people would not do or would not think of. And somehow he manages to be successful. Looking back, say, if I did like Heidi and everyone else doing, I wouldn't be here today. So I got here today because I was right. I followed my intuition. I followed my beliefs. Sounds familiar? You know, and that's successful yet, huh? Okay? And that's what happened. The more successful they are, the smarter they are, okay? They realize that they're there, they're so unique, they're so special, and they're got so far, got so much out of life because they knew how to figure it out. So therefore, it reinforces their beliefs that they only believe in themselves. That's why when you see these people, Xin, XZ, and all you teachers, you see these people, you ask them, what are you? They say, oh, I'm a doctor. I am a lawyer. Okay? I am a governor. Then you have to talk like Master YongHua says here, like the Buddha says here. When you teach them Chan, it has to be a reasonable practice. It has to be a logical practice. If it's not logical, don't believe, don't go there. That's why he speaks like this. Is it clear? The more successful they are, those people who have a good track record of accomplishments, it has to be logical to them. It has to be reasonable to them. Otherwise, they refuse to do it. That's the message in 309. I hear that, look at this. I say, that's the kind of people that he was able to draw when he started teaching. That's why he spoke like this. Is it clear? You cannot speak more than this. Okay, because they walk away. because it doesn't make sense to them, because it goes against what the social norms are. Remember the successful tycoon, Jeff Bezos, Buffett, Bill Gates, all the successful people, Elon Musk, they got there because they did what others dare not do. So they believe themselves only. The strong beliefs that I am right. I follow my vision, my beliefs. That's how I got here. Because no one else could see what I see. No one else dare do what I do. If you're like that, then you can only learn very low-level Chan. You cannot force it upon people, by the way. Such people, they deserve to be taught Chan as well, but at their own pace, in a logical manner. Is it clear? You have to recognize the nature of their obstructions. You can't teach people you don't recognize what's stopping them. In other words, on the other hand, if you don't want to teach them, what do? Speak of things that are not reasonable, speak of things that are not logical, and they run away. They say, these people, this is not Chan, these people are just weird, so illogical. And that's how we screen them out. It works both ways. They are walking around looking for something reasonable, logical, they can hang their hats on, say, I'm so smart. I spotted something good. Okay? That's what they're doing. From our perspective, we have to ask ourselves, do we want to teach these people? Or are there people who are better? Okay? Irrational. I don't know what he's talking about, irrational. Do you understand the Chinese part? Is he talking about irrational that goes against the 5 classics, the Bible, the Brahmanic scriptures, and so forth? Or he says, I think it seems to be the point here, that that's the basis of their knowledge and their worldly wisdom. Therefore, anything that goes against that would be irrational. Okay? Or the scientists would say, this is not factual. Okay? Therefore, it's not possible. All right? And so that's how we got to the end of this section. Any questions? Any problems? You agree with my thinking? There's only these people who only believe in themselves. They don't need to be the Jeff Bezos. They are not necessarily Elon Musk, but there are a lot of people, especially like scientists, okay, like professors. Most professors are very rational. They pay to be rational. They got a qualification by demonstrating that they're rational. Is that clear? I hope it helps. Next file, please. This is a new section, right? Okay, Play the audio tape, please.
Master, we've already played the audio yesterday.
Okay, we play continuing. Original 6 or 6 class 6. The spring, autumn, annual, songs, document, change, writing. This seems to be the Confucian classics. Or mentioned, how in the mention 7 class 8 class 6. When you complete belief, you take a look for yourself, and we're believing, then believe. Okay, so he says, even since I think at the time, his visitors were Caucasian, Western, educated. So Master YongHua says, Chinese wisdom, we have these Confucian annals, analects, and therefore you take a look and should adopt whatever makes sense to you. And was constant tell lies, and those words should not be believed. Okay. How far do I go? 30? 30. The other day, Chan lost his temper. He lose his temper. I say lost his temper. Actually, he didn't lose his temper. But why did I say he lost his temper? Because he didn't really. No one saw him losing his temper. So what does it mean? Book of documents, he's saying, mantras. And I have no idea what he's talking about. You should not have blind faith in books, you see? He's selling. He's selling to these people, these rational people, these sensible people, these logical people, okay, factual people. So you should check out everything. Should not believe blindly everything. And Mencha says, when I read these works, I agree with 2 or 3 slips. And then there's a section about King Wu, comparing with Zhou of Shang, the 2 kingdoms there. And one of these works, it tells the story of King Wu fighting King Zhou in the 5 classics. And in that, it says that in the 5 or 6 classics, it says that the war they waged was very bloody, so bloody that the blood would make a metal pestle float. So first of all, it's awful with lots of blood that was spilled. And so much as it became a river, okay. Of course, that's the first thing is unreasonable, okay. How can you have human blood in 2 countries forming a river? Okay? And even so, if you have a river of blood, you put this metal pestle, it would float on top. And Menzi says that's unreasonable, that's nonsense, that's irrational. Okay? And that story told about King Wu, who is a benevolent ruler, and his opponent King Zhou was a very very evil ruler, the worst, and King Wu was the best. And of course, people knew, especially their soldiers knew. So the soldier King Zhou, the evil ruler, that knew that the boss was the worst, and therefore they decided not to fight him, and they surrendered to the opposition. And so that's actually what happened. So he cited the story here that the King Zhou's soldiers refused to fight for the king, their kings, and surrendered to King Wu's army. So in that case here, then that's the case right there. How could there be that much blood being spilled? Okay, so that's not reasonable. And we continue.
Master, we continue the audio on 35.
35, okay, continue. Human blood, how could it make an iron pestle float? Furthermore, and message says it's not possible. Now we go to next section.
菩萨用那个杵宝杵铁杵们。
The iron pestle, the pestle that Weituo Bodhisattva uses, the jeweled pestle, the iron pestle.
Anybody else have any questions?
They hope in what way can...
What response did they have? How do they know that it's Jesus that loves and supports them? 想去这个，怎么样可以改变他们的这种问题。
They hope. In what way can they change their...
不是一朝一夕，不是一天就可以做到。这一切事情都是听因缘。
This type of issue, it's not something that from morning till night, not something that can be accomplished in a day. All these matters depend on causes and conditions.
这个佛呢，成佛不是一天成。
This Buddha, becoming a Buddha, is not something that can be accomplished in one day.
三期修福慧，百劫众相，然后才成佛。
For 3 SMKs of eons, one cultivates merit and wisdom. For 100 kalpas, one plants the causes for the hallmarks of a Buddha. Only then does one become a Buddha.
三大恶僧修劫，修福修慧。
For 3 SMKs of eons, cultivates merit and wisdom.
他们，这个耶稣教，不但耶稣教，就是所有的宗教都包括在内。
But they, Christianity, not only Christianity, but all religions are included.
他现在是这种因成熟了，所以他信这种教。
This kind of cause has matured, therefore he now believes in this kind of religion.
这种教，信，他信来信去，都 是会走到佛教。
This kind of religion, this belief, he believes in this and he believes in that. All these religions will lead him to Buddhism.
不是说他现在信不信的问题，这将来呀，他要是机缘成熟了，他自然就会到佛教。
It's not to say that right now he believes or does not believe. In the future, if opportunities and conditions mature, then he will naturally turn to Buddhism.
有很多信耶稣教、天主教，也很有知识的分子。
There are many who believe in Christianity, Catholicism, many who are intellectuals.
然后呢，他都来信佛教。为什么呢？
And then later, they all come to believe in Buddhism. Why?
他就因为在他那里边呢，觉得太狭窄，太小了。
It's simply because within their beliefs, they feel it is too narrow, too small.
所以他就会走到这个佛教里。
Therefore, they will find their way into Buddhism.
佛教，佛所以伟大的原因，我常常讲，它不是自私的，它是一个公开的。
Buddhism, the reason why the Buddha is great, I often say, is that it is not selfish. It is open and public.
耶稣教他说只有一个真神，没有其他的神。
Oh, Christianity says there is only one true God and no other gods.
他这就好像那个小乘佛教说只有一个释迦牟尼佛，没有十方佛，是一样的道理。
This is just like Hinayana Buddhism, saying there is only one Shakyamuni Buddha and no Buddhas of the 10 directions. It's the same principle.
因为这个耶稣这个在以前他失踪了5年。
Because this Jesus is in the past, disappeared for 5 years.
5年呢，谁也不知道他到什么样去了，没有。
For those 5 years, no one knew where he went. He was gone.
没有了，他在这个时候就是到印度去学佛教。
Gone, and during that time, he went to India to learn Buddhism.
学佛教他所学的就是弥陀经的道理。
When he studied Buddhism, what he learned was the Amitabha Sutra's principles.
这弥陀经讲的是西方极乐世界。
The Amitabha Sutra talks about the Western land of ultimate bliss.
他回来呢，就变一变相，说是天国。他讲的就讲天国。
When he returned, he changed the marks a bit and called it heaven. What he preaches is the heaven.
那么，在这个耶稣教往往呢，他们有一种感应看。
So in Christianity, often they have a kind of spiritual response.
他们说他们那个圣人，穿白衣服的那个是圣人。
They say they see their saint. The person wearing the white clothes is a sage.
其实那个就是观世音菩萨，他们硬拉去说这是耶稣的母亲。
Actually, that is Guanxian Bodhisattva. They insist on pulling her over and saying, "This is Jesus' mother."
那个，因为什么观世音菩萨去帮助他们？
So what's the reason Guanxin Bodhisattva goes to help them?
因为他们有的时候也很诚心。
Because there are times they are also very sincere.
那么很诚心的观世音菩萨，他随类现身。
With such sincerity, Guanxin Bodhisattva manifests, appearing in different forms according to the kind of being.
那你说我圣母就圣母，你说我是什么，他也不和他辩。
So if you say she is the Holy Mother, then she is the Holy Mother. Whatever you say she is, she doesn't justify herself to you.
那么在明眼人知道这是观世音菩萨。
To the bright-eyed person, they know this is Guanxin Bodhisattva.
有一般的没有眼睛的人呢，就说啊，这是圣母，他根本不认识。
Ordinary people who haven't opened their eyes just say this is the Holy Mother. They simply don't recognize who she is.
那么观音菩萨他也不拘形迹。
So Guanyin Bodhisattva is not bound by outward appearances.
你就说他圣母也好，说他是凡母也好，说他什么他也不辩解，他也不开口。
If you say she is the Holy Mother, that's fine. Say she's an ordinary mother, that's good too. Whatever you say she is, she also won't argue about it. She also won't open her mouth.
所以这样你相信，你信圣母也好，也一样的；你信耶稣也是一样的。
So as long as you believe, whether you believe in the Holy Mother, that's fine. It's the same. If you believe in Jesus, it's the same.
所以我不反对人信耶稣教，也不反对人信天主教。
Therefore, I do not object to people believing in Christianity. I also do not object to people believing in Catholicism.
你信，只要你相信，慢慢你一定走到佛教这个道路。不过早晚呢？
You believe, as long as you believe, then little by little, you'll surely find your way onto the Buddhist path. It's only a matter of sooner or later.
这不是今天就可以改变的。你今
This is not something that can be changed today.
天就是你有这种因缘，你就可以改变。
Today, if you have this kind of causes and conditions today, then you can change.
没有这个因缘，你是不能改变。要等一等，这就是等或者来生啊，再来生，再来生。
Without such causes and conditions, then you cannot change. You have to wait a little bit. That is, wait until the next life, or the next life, or the life after that.
无论哪一生，也要自愿因缘成熟了，你这个佛菩提种子成熟了，还是来小佛。
No matter which lifetime, when the causes and conditions mature, these blessings of yours, Bodhi seeds mature, you will still come to learn the Buddha Dharma.
他就是信耶稣教、天主教，反对佛教。
Even when he believes in Christianity, Catholicism, and opposes Buddhism.
他都是像反对的，他也会将来信仰佛教也可以成功。没有佛绝对说啊，你。
Even though he opposes it now, in the future he will believe in Buddhism, and he can also become a Buddha.
先反对我，现在你可以成佛，没有的。
The Buddha definitely never says, you in the past opposed me, so now you cannot become a Buddha. Never.
你就是谤佛的人，也不，你要信佛了，也不会下地狱。
Even if you are someone who slanders the Buddha, if you come to believe in the Buddha, you also will not fall into hell.
不是像那啊，你下地狱永远都下地狱。
Not sure what Master YongHua means by this context, so here's a few choices of translation. Literal translation: it's not like you fall to hell, then you fall to hell forever. Should it be? Okay.
你升天就永远都升天，无有定法，没有一定的。
You ascend to heaven, then you ascend to heaven forever. There is no fixed dharma, nothing is definite.
为什么说反对佛的人、回谤佛的人，光可以成佛呢？
Why is it said that people who oppose the Buddha, people who slander the Buddha, can still become a Buddha?
Okay, stop there. We've gone far enough. I was told that I went too fast, so it's not enough slides. So I think we should stop. We've gone far enough. It's only 50 slides. What is the big deal? Okay.
We left off at 35, Master.
Okay. You know what 36 is? Okay. So maybe he's referring to the fact that the people who are Catholic or Christians, they believe in it because they have responses. They have a lot of responses. Miracles, they call it. Miracles, they travel long distances, go to pilgrimages, and they experience miracles. And that's why they keep on doing it. In particular, in France, because that's what I learned about when I was younger. There's a city called Lourdes, a place where you go there, and there's some sort of spring, and you drink the water, and you heal the illnesses, and you pray, and you can walk again when you sit on a wheelchair, and all those types of miracles. That's what is very helpful to develop faith in Catholicism or in Christianity. Okay, and it's understandable. That's reasonable, and so that's what he's. This is what I think what they're talking about. People believe because they have responses. Okay, and I don't know where we lost some unclear passages, but it's in the same type of spirit. They believe in Christianity or in Mormonism or in Judaism is because, this is a fact, because they have prior conditions with those religions, and now those seeds matured. That's why they believed. It takes a while. You don't develop faith in spirituality instantaneously. What Master YongHua is referring to here is the spiritual life. Your spirituality is actually the better part of your human existence. Okay? It's a superior part of your human makeup. And for that to really manifest itself, you need a prior condition. You need prior seeds that somehow mature. That's why you put more emphasis in the spiritual life. If you didn't have those blessings, you didn't have the prior conditions, you would not take spirituality seriously. And that's a fact. There's nothing you can do. Okay? And you can say, oh, we have prior conditions, I have, I give out money and so forth. Some temples, I know one temple in Sri Lanka, where a big temple in Colombo, and this young abbot here who was at my temple, and he says he has a sponsor. He has a Dharma protector. His sponsor is a very rich man. He owns hotels and rental properties, and he believes in Buddhism. So what he does is that on Sundays when they have Dharma assemblies, he pays the people who come to attend. That's why this young man here, an abbot who is only in his 30s, he's very popular because his temples are very, very busy on Sundays and on Buddhist special events, because the Sri Lankans who came to his temple get paid by his patron. Okay, and so it's that is not necessarily a good thing to do, okay? But it plants the seeds for them to, in the future, believe, develop faith in spirituality. Okay? I don't look at it as simply cause and condition, because for the Westerners, it's kind of difficult for them to say, what is causes, what is condition? I don't get it, okay? So what we're trying to do, what I chose to explain to you, is not so much about cause and conditions until you become a Buddhist, okay? Because it's a spiritual jargon, causes and conditions. Yeah. You can explain it from a different angle, okay? You say that you should do something because it works for you, because it's beneficial for you, okay? Whether it's response, you recite Buddha's name, all of a sudden you stop being scared, you stop worrying, you're not as depressed as before. You don't need to call it a response or whatever, okay? Because it may alienate the intellectuals who say, I don't believe in responses. I do it because it works for me. So to me, the better way to explain this is stop using so many Buddhist jargons like responses, causes and conditions, so forth. We should be talking about, does it work for you? Is it beneficial for you? When you meditate, you feel lighter. You feel more peaceful, don't you? There's no need to talk about responses. It works for them talk about that. You don't need to use so much jargon, so many words that don't make sense to them at all. You should speak their language. Okay? People nowadays in the 21st century, in modern times, you use their language. You don't force them to understand our jargons. I hope it helps. Okay? For Master YongHua, when he talks like this, it makes sense to all of us. Okay? But for the the new people, the people who, the non-believers or the people who have not been exposed to this, it turns them off. Okay? And so the principle is still the same. When necessary, we have to go back to the cause and conditions, and the cause and conditions, when you talk about cause and conditions, it implies time. It takes time. It cannot be that fast. It's never that fast. Okay? Same thing. Relationships is the same thing. Relationships, the good relationships take a long time to develop. Okay? It stands the test of time. It goes through many trials and tribulations. Okay? And somehow you manage to hang on to it. You manage not to break it. Then it's a very strong relationship. Do not be afraid that you don't want any trouble. You want a smooth sailing and no trouble at all. Don't worry. It's the difficulties that will strengthen the bonds, that will develop the relationship in the proper way. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, going back to the earlier slides about the Christians seeing, if like, let's say if a Christian sees Virgin Mary, is that really Guanyin, Bodhisattva manifesting and supposedly looks like the Virgin Mary?
Yeah, that's what Master YongHua taught, and I believe him. He says Guanyin is the manifests herself as Mother Mary to help the Christians, to help the Catholics. Why not? We help everyone else. Why not help the Christians and the Catholics? But don't say that. Don't tell the Christian and Catholics that. They get very offended. They think we're too arrogant. Okay? And so it takes time. The point here is anything that's good must pass the test of time. Relationship between husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends, brothers, friends, they must stand the test of time. Until then, you can count on it. Don't count on it too prematurely, okay? That's what causes conditions mean. It takes time for it to be strong enough. Just like it takes time for children to grow up and mature, okay? And same thing, Buddha takes time to become a Buddha. He cultivated for a long time. In particular, in Buddhism, we call something cultivating merit and wisdom or virtues. In particular, this is for your information. Triya Samkhya of aeons, meaning uncountable aeons. No, there's three. Triya Samkhya is you cannot count, times three. Okay, 3 times uncountable. Okay, up aeons. Aeons is a long, long time. billions of years. Okay, and after that, he also had to cultivate 100 kalpas. Okay, so that he planted the cause and conditions for his hallmarks. Okay? Buddhas have a certain physical attributes that only superior people, privileged people would be able to have. And that's then he's ready to become a Buddha. So 3 Samkhya's kalpas. And he's trying to tell people, and this is Master YongHua's style, okay, that I'm not going to go through them all because he has his rationale here. I'm not sure that we got all the sounds, we capture all the sounds, and so to go through this is kind of choppy. Okay, he basically keeps on talking about Buddhism is eventually all the spiritual path, all the religious beliefs will eventually have to graduate to Buddhism. It's true, but let's not talk about it because it's offensive to the non-Buddhists. Okay? It may be true, but sometimes it's best not be spoken. Okay? So it's okay to speak like this to the Buddhist disciples. And I read about this. I listened to this a long time ago. And this is what he says. He says that he's not opposed to any religion, whether it's Taoism, whether it's Mormonism, whether it's Islam, so forth. Those are good spiritual paths, okay? And eventually, these people who excel in those practices will need to go further. So he calls it small, that whatever they learn, they outgrow it. They're limited. There's limitations to their teachings. Whereas in Buddhism, the difference in Buddhism is that we teach you about the limitless, meaning that do not for a moment think that you only can get so far, can get so much. In Buddhism, you should believe in your unlimited potential. You don't allow anyone to tell you that they're better than you, and you will never be able to reach a level. Like in Christianity, they said God is God and will never become God. You should feel lucky that you believe in God. Okay, God is around to help you and save you from the hells and so forth. If they believe in that, that's fine. Okay, probably they eventually will find out it's not true. Okay, so we're not worried about it. We're not worried about that you should know the truth and you should not believe in those things. So this is where I'm not sure how to explain this to you. Okay, for Master YongHua, he says, it's not true. A lot of things they teach are not true. I used to talk like this as well. Okay, and it turns out that it helped me get a lot of disciples who are still around today because they believe in that. They believe that Master YongHua said that. I made it very clear. I learned that from Master YongHua, and he said this. Okay, because when I don't know, I will cite a source and make it sure that you hear my sources, my references, for you to decide how valid it is. Okay, and I would then say, I do believe it. And it's fine. It makes sense to the Buddhists. It makes sense to me. But to the non-Buddhists, it's kind of offensive. Okay? So what are we to do? Yes, 5.
감사합니다. 이 선화상님께서 말씀하신 중에 예수님이 5년 정도 불법 공부를 하셨다는 문구가 있는데 제가 생각이 나서 제가 오래전에 인도 리야드라는 성지순례를 간 적이 있는데 거기 몇 개 사원 중에 헤미스 사원이라는 데를 들렸습니다. 근데 거기서 말씀이 예수님이 그 헤미스 사원에서 10년 이상 불법 공부를 하고 돌아가셨다. 이 자료는 독일의 문헌이 남아 있기도 하고, 근데 그쪽에서 인정하기 상당히 어려운 부분이기 때문에 그걸 굳이 따지고 할 필요는 없을 것 같고, 다만 기독교나 이슬람에서 자기들만이 유일한 신이고 그걸 고집하는 것은 조금 아쉬워하는 부분입니다. 이상입니다.
Master, I remember Great Master YongHua said Jesus was gone for 5 years and then he learned Buddha Dharma. That reminds my travel to India. I think the city name, I'm not sure, but I think he is a Liado. And he went there and then he visited a temple where that Jesus was studying there for 10 years. I'm not sure the name of temple, maybe Hemis Temple? And then I learned that during that travel to India. And also they're saying that there's a written words about that in German. But anyway, for them, this would be really difficult to believe. And I believe that there's no need to tell them about it. So also the Islam or a Christian, the part that it kind of bothers me a little bit is about that they believe only one God. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't work for all of you. I'm not talking about most, I'm talking about all of you. That's why you're here. Okay, however, out of respect for them, we should not be talking like this. That's my point. You can believe all you want. You can believe you can talk like this among ourselves. But we should not talk about this publicly. This should not be made public. Okay? Because it's offensive. Why? They have billions of followers. And these followers, they get a lot of good things, good benefits from believing in Christianity, in Catholicism. I'm happy for them. No need to destroy that. No need to raise doubts in the mind at all. To me, this is a problem. When I, for example, criticize my peers, it's for a very limited audience. The general audience will get offended. This guy, they say, I'm so arrogant, I look down upon others. That's the price I have to pay when I criticize them publicly. I did it on purpose because I wanted to go on the record that these are damaging to Buddhism, okay? You don't believe me now, but in the future, you see for yourself. Okay, and I'm saying that because I hope you don't ever make this kind of mistake. Okay, because I'm in a position where I must say something. It cannot be in private. Okay, however, this is within my system, within our Wei-Yang lineage. Okay, because that's the responsibility. My master says, your jobs is to train people. my generation. He said, after I'm gone, your job is to train people. Your job is to translate. Your job, third job, is help with education. Okay, so those are the directives that were given to our generation. All right, but Catholicism, Mormonism, and all those things, it's not about the truth, okay? Because the truth is very relative to me. What is true for me is not true for you. What works for me doesn't work for you. And vice versa, okay? And so, I feel, and I agree with Singnam here, I agree with the fact that it's not about intellectual, it's about being respectful. If these people believe in these things, like the Japanese believe in the gods, they pray to the gods to have a good harvest, and works for them, I'm very happy for them. Because I respect, out of respect, I said, if this is your choice to do this, I'm glad for you. I would not say this is better. People pay attention. They didn't ask, we don't say. Okay? Because as long as it works for them, we should be happy for them. That's Universal Worthy's teaching. Number 5, 随喜功德, that you recite every morning. Rejoice in others' merit and virtue. If it works for them, they're happy with it, you should be happy for them. You should not be jealous. You should not try to destroy that. They didn't ask you. Therefore, you cannot say this better. If they're happy with what they have, respect that. That's so fundamental to Buddhism to me, the respect for people's choices. And they choose to do that, even if it's wrong, you still have to respect it. When you teach children, same thing. You have to respect their choices even though they're wrong. Only exception is when it harms them, then you have to intervene. For example, they got lulled into trying drugs, okay? Have bad friends, okay? It's your job to protect them, okay? That overrides a lot of things. But other than that, you have to respect their choices. They should be allowed to make mistakes. That's how we all learn, from making mistakes. If you're successful, there's nothing for you to learn. Is that clear? So out of respect for them, if it works for these Zen masters to go and pray for good harvest to the gods, mountain gods, and the harvest god, the wind god, the rain god, and it works for them year after year, generation after generation, wonderful. I'm very happy for you. I stand with you, okay? And we'll participate in your chanting because I want to help too. Because ultimate in Mahayana is not about the truth. Truth is very relative. For me, I don't know what the truth is. I don't have enough wisdom. What all I care about is how we can help you gain more benefits. As I was, this afternoon, I was told a story of someone who contacted our temple and WMT down there and said, I want to go and join your Chanchi. And Master Z said, oh, wonderful. Would you tell me a little bit more about yourself? He emailed back. And then came the reply, oh, don't bother, I changed my mind. Because your master, he's too arrogant. He talks down about others and promoted himself. Okay? our teaching is not for everyone, okay? There are people who's looking for a place to stay and they do the things. If that's the case, they don't need our way place. Our way place is much more focused than that. We serve people who are wishing to be trained, wishing to be taught how to improve. It's always been our motto. You learn with a very clear goal in mind. I want to improve and improve and improve. Okay? I want to learn, I want to be trained so that I can reach my limitless potential. And there are people, plenty of people out there, Zen practitioners, Tibetan, Sri Lankan, and so forth. They want just to do spiritual things. There's plenty of places for them to go. They don't need us. So we serve this market, this segment, for the people who says, I want to get out of my cocoon. I want to realize my true potential. Then they should come. They're welcome to come here. But those who come here to do their own things, eventually they leave. I remember when I first started in Blue Mountain Temple, there's a guy who wrote articles on the tricycle magazine, Buddhist magazine here, and he says, I like your Buddhism. You're straight and so forth, and you don't beat around the bush. Can I come and join your Chanchi? And he came to Blue Mountain Temple. He sat there. He slept. When we were meditating, he slept and slept and slept. When time to eat, he got up and went to eat with us. And he came back, and he read some books, and he slept. Okay? And back then, there's no people coming to our temple, so I endured it for a week or two, maybe 10 days. After that, I said, what are you doing here? You're not poor. You want a place to sleep? Go to a hotel. Okay, go to a friend's house. This is where we practice. So you see, it's not for everyone. Okay, Master Z and everyone, don't feel that we need to draw and open it up to everyone. We're providing a service for those who wish to be taught, who wish to be trained. Okay? If they want only a place where they come and sit, there's plenty of places. There's a beach down here, okay? Walking distance. You can sit by yourself. You don't need us. Okay? And we're very tough because when you come here, you dare ask a question, I will point out your weaknesses to you. I strip you naked. You have nowhere to hide. And so we don't need to offend people. I feel that, I feel that it works for Master YongHua because he is credible and he has wisdom. He has demonstrated wisdom. But there's no need to tell them eventually turn to Buddhism. I can't care less. Why do you have to call it Buddhism? You want to, I can call it Taoism. You ask me, what is Buddhism? I said, same to your Taoism. You ask me about your American Chan. Oh, it's same as your Korean Chan. It doesn't bother me. What's the label? Why do you have to tell people eventually you will turn to Buddhism? It's offensive. You can explain it as, you should try this because it's give you more. You're looking for more? Do this. Don't worry about labels. Okay? So, this is not necessary, like Singnam says. You don't have to say it's American Buddhism, American Mahayana, American Chinese for fun. I say those things. But it transcends labels. And don't try to change people. Don't try to talk down or criticize others. We don't need to. Again, be careful. I said the things about my peers because I see his tremendous problems for 25 years now. And no one dares say anything. So I have to say something. Okay? Yeah. And so many things are so wrong. And so, but to outsiders, even to the Hinayana people, the Tibetan people, Sri Lankan people, we have to be respectful. Okay? Cannot say you Hinayana, therefore you're inferior. Hinayana is wonderful. There's no Mahayana without Hinayana. I always remember that. It's not possible to have Mahayana without first training you about Hinayana teachings. Okay? Many believe in Christianity, Catholicism, many who are intellectuals, they all believe in Buddhism. Why? Because their beliefs they feel is too narrow, too small. Okay? Don't talk like this. Maybe it works for the Asians. But nowadays you talk like this, people get very offended. Okay? Don't say it's too narrow, too small. Say they want more. That's all. They all want more. We all want more. We want more money. You want promotions. You want a bigger house. You want a newer car. More and more and more. Okay? Yeah? So you don't have to say it as Buddhism offers you more. No, just say, if you want more, learn to get more. Okay? Yeah. They'll find a way into Buddhism. Labels. No need for labels. Yes, they come to Buddhism, but look. Why do you think Wanyin Bodhisattva went to the Catholics to help them out? She didn't say, I will help you as long as you believe in me, or I help you because I want to lead you to Buddhism. None of the above, by the way. She helped because she can. She's supposed to. When you are able to help, you have the responsibility to help. Unconditionally. That's Buddhism. Okay? This is why the Buddha is great. Often it's not selfish, open and public. Yes. Open because we openly discuss things. We talk about our weaknesses, our problems, okay? We don't try to pretend it's not there, okay? Or public because we are not afraid of criticism, of slanders, of being misunderstood. It comes with the territory. You make decisions, you do things that are not necessarily popular for the greater good. You have to pay the price. Okay? Yeah. There's only one true God, no other gods. Okay, I didn't know this, okay, until I heard this from Master YongHua. Okay, so now it taught me about Christianity. But it's like Hinayana, who says there's only one Buddha and no other Buddhas. Furthermore, here, Jesus disappeared for 5 years, 10 years, and he went to India to learn about Buddhism. We shouldn't be talking about this. Here's the problem. We Buddhist disciples hear this, we say, oh, even the Jesus has to come and learn from us. We become more arrogant, aren't we? This should be spoken only to the teachers, who then should be reminded, don't bring this up. It's all your ears only. Don't tell anyone else, because it helps no one at all. Okay? Yeah. I studied Buddhism with Amitabha Buddha's principles. Good for him. Western land of ultimate bliss. It may make sense here. I don't know this. He says, until he learned about the Pureland and he came back and gave the concept of the heavens. Not sure. That's the case. He asked me personally. He came from the heavens. He knows how wonderful it is. He doesn't need to know about the Pureland. Okay? So, again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that, yes, it's nothing wrong with us borrowing from others. I steal constantly. I steal from the Vietnamese, I steal from the Chinese, I steal from Koreans. You see, I've been wearing this white thing here in my thing. Tonight I have no time. It takes me about 5 minutes to put it on. Tonight I'm running late, so you see, I steal constantly. I'm very proud of it. It is good. It works for me. I like it. I steal it. I admit I steal. Okay, so you don't have to say that you stole from me. It's my Pureland. You call it heaven. The heavens are up there. Jesus came from the heavens. So he knows about the heavens. He described the heavens. We don't have to say that, this is a Pure Land and so forth. It's not helpful. It doesn't help anyone, okay? Especially when you're a thief like me. I can't accuse people of being thieves because I'm a thief. Okay? This kind of spiritual response, of course. The reason that spirituality works is because we all get responses. Not just the Christians, us too. Many of my Chinese disciples, they keep on coming because every time they come, they practice and they ask, they get responses. Chinese is very practical. Vietnam too. Korean too. Everyone's very practical. That's life. Okay? Yeah. Spiritual responses. You see the saint, and then where God goes to the sage, good. Of course, they're saints. They're top apostles. They're superior people. They should be saints. But actually, this white cloth thing here is actually borrowed from Buddhism. It's Guanyin Bodhisattva. She likes white. And Jesus' mother. To us, it's kind of fun to know that Guanyin Bodhisattva actually appeared as Mother Mary, and later we learn in the Lotus Sutra that Guanyin Bodhisattva has 32 transformation bodies, where he can appear as a god, he can appear as Mother Mary, he can appear as a hell being, appears as a ghost to help living beings. So in Buddhism, we're not stuck on formats. We do whatever it takes to get close to you. And so this is where I learned from Master YongHua as well. When I first learned this, I was very proud. I said, oh, we're so superior. Our Bodhisattva had to help them. And today, I like to repent. Okay? It's not polite. Let's not talk this publicly. Let's not bring this up publicly. Just talk among ourselves is okay. We should edit this out. Why does Guanyin Bodhisattva go to help them? I don't know why. At the time, they're also very sincere. Yes. When you're sincere, Guan Yin will come help you faster. But when you're not sincere, she still helps you as well. Because, why? I told you already. Why? I just told you 10 minutes ago and you forgot already? Anyone listening here tonight? I'm going on strike. Time is up anyway. I'm not giving you the answer. 8:51. Time's up. Why? When you're sincere, she helps. When you're not sincere, she still helps. Why? Well, let me qualify for you. When you're sincere, the help is faster, comes faster. The insincere, the help a little bit slower. Because she says, insincere, I will make you suffer a little bit. Huh? Why? Go first. Why did she help even when you're not sincere?
Because that's her job.
What?
Because that's her job, her compassionate.
That's her job, because she can. When you can, you must. Okay? She developed all these abilities to help people, so now she can help. Therefore, when people are in need, she must help. However, let me qualify it for you. I don't get a big head now. I say, oh, I'm so important. One, you must help me. Sometimes her help may appear to you that she's not helping. Why not? Because in order to reduce her over-reliance on her, every time you have a problem, why you want to help me? Why you want to help me find a job, get a job? Why you want to help me find a wife? You know the Master YongHua used to tell his students. I heard these stories a few times. And one of his boys, his male disciples, some sort of professor, hotshot professor or lecturer, who in need for a wife. So his Master YongHua says, I'll pick a wife for you. And so he says, go there. There's a woman, marry her. And he did that, went there, found a woman, married her, okay? They're still together. Okay, it happened a few times. I heard such stories in the past. Okay, so and then of course he can give you children and so forth. That's why people believe him so much. He have so many responses. Okay, but at times he will not help. He appears not to help. Actually, he's helping. And so the way they help us is not always obvious to us, but I assure you they're helping. And sometimes, bluntly, honestly speaking, it's better not to help you, let you suffer. Okay? And help you later. So it's many forms of help and so forth. And I assure you, they're always helping us. You should believe that. Go forest. That's it? Okay. So again, they're sincere, you're sincere, they come because they like it. If you ask me, oh, you're so sincere, I like you. So they come help faster. You're insincere, they say, this woman's so insincere, so manipulative. But I have to help. So I pretend not to help, but I help invisibly. Yes, too.
Hello. Hello, Master. Today is my completion for the 9 days of fasting.
9 days already?
9 days already. So
wow, impressive. You can do 18 days. looks so good.
Thank you. But on the 9th day, I start craving about the water and fruit, especially pear. So,
on the 9th day only?
Yeah, but previous day,
Not thirsty?
I did not craving for food, even though food a lot of in front of me, but I don't feel craving for it.
Did you come up here like the people who fast? They come to the altar and bow to the Buddha very close so they can inhale the orange and the pears.
No, I did not.
That's the trick here. We do.
Oh, okay.
We all do that.
And everything happened to me is very surprised and very unexpected. At first, my plan was only like 5 to 7 days, but I was able to handle up until 9 days. That's the first
impressive.
thing.
Very good.
And then the second thing is, my goal is to sit long, about maybe 4 hours, because I only have one time to sit 3 hours at home after the first fasting in the last summer in Chenchi. And but for some reason, after the first 2 days, I have a hard time. I couldn't even the first day I sit about 10 sessions, try to follow the schedule. But I feel very pain compared to when I sit at home. And the day 2, I feel even worse. I only after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I feel like, I don't think I can do it. So I was a little bit affliction a little bit because I didn't do well and as I thought. But when I have an opportunity to go to the Golden Forest, and I got some tip from some disciples there, and they encouraged me, and it asked me to go, you should go one section, but sit long, and then stay away from the phone, everything, which I did the next day. So I wake up, I get ready, bow for repentance, and I ask for help from Master YongHua as well this time. And unexpected, I was the first 1.5 hours, I still have a hard time, but I still continue to sit until like 2 hours is more pain. And I try to endure it, and I listen to your great compassion, and it calmed me right away. And I just, okay, I target to sit 3 hours today, but after 3 hours, I feel less pain. So I go by each increase like half hour, and I got it better up until like 6 hours.
Wow, 4 to 6.
I couldn't
Incredible.
believe it. Day 3, and then day 4, I feel like, oh, I will take a break today, maybe like 3 hours to take it easy. But I feel like less pain than the day before, and more relaxed, and I was able to 6-7 hours.
10 hours.
I still couldn't believe what I did. And then I take a break 3 hours next days, and the day 5 and 6, I sit back like 6.5 hours and 5 hours per day. And thereafter, I sit less because it's kind of distract me because I have a stomach ache. So it kind of distract me. But after that, on day 8, I noticed that my stomach ache is gone. So I was able to like, I feel more a little bit happy because sometimes during the other days it's come and gone. So I feel more flexible. My body feel lighter and inner. I feel more peaceful.
You feel happier, don't you?
Yes.
You feel good. You feel better than before.
Yes.
The stomach ache will come again.
Yes.
If you consume less MSG, it will take a little bit longer for it to come back.
Okay. Yes.
MSG is very bad for you.
Yes. And therefore, I would like to thank you and spread my gratitude to Master has been protect me throughout the process to complete this fasting process. And
so you came from Master YongHua to me. You asked him for help, and he didn't help. For the record.
Somehow, normally I only ask Buddha, but this time I remember Master YongHua. So I say, okay, please help me. And
he's the one who helped.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, since you first asked him, I didn't help at all. Didn't have to.
Has been protect me, yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
You see the difference in her? She's improved.
Yes. Secondly,
that's a very important point.
Yes.
You have to pay your dues. You have to suffer. That's a sure way to improve. If it's smooth sailing, you have no problems at all, it's very hard for you to improve. And this is, for example, the fasting thing here. Yes. It's very difficult for all of us. Okay, so we're hungry, we're thirsty, and when you face adversities and you hang in there, you don't quit, this is when you have a chance to break through a lot faster than otherwise. Okay? Yes. So congratulations.
Thank you. And
Very
secondly,
good.
I would like to show my gratitude to all venerables here that help me as well and support me and very spoil me too. And have helped me a lot, give me a lot of advice. I also would like to thank you all, the disciples from both sides, from DDT and from Gold Forest, have given me some the experience and give me some tips, which is very helpful that make me complete the process, the whole time for fasting. And last but not least, I would like to thank you, Master Z, has been spent a lot of time of the past year. He would spend like time online with us. I came from zero meditation, cross the legs, but he was able to guide us and support us the whole year that make me up to date was able to handle this. So,
Absolutely. Thank you, Master Z. Good job.
Thank you. And yes, thank you for everything to let me stay here to have an opportunity to have all the experience. Thank you.
Okay.
And I love you all.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
Master.
Okay. Okay, we stop here tonight. Thank you all.